Alright, okay.
Hello people, welcome back to another Uncharted 4 multiplayer video. In this one, I'll be giving you all 10 additional tips and tricks to help you improve your game at Uncharted 4 multiplayer. And plus, I will be showing my updated settings at the end of this video. But without further ado, I don't want to make this video too long, so let's just get right into it. And yeah, just one more thing I got to say before we hop into it. Some of these tips are going to be long, some of them are going to be shorter. It just depends on how, complex or how simple it may be. But I think all these tips are important to know that I've used over my years of playing this game. Now, this tip right here is going to be relatively short because it's quite simple. But when smoke bombs are being used, a lot of people like to get their charge melee ready and just charge into the smoke, right? What I do is, you see me right here, I am aiming at the smoke and I'm waving my reticle. Why do I do that? Well, when you aim your reticle at the smoke and you wave it, and you feel your aim assist pick up on somebody, and you're probably saying, how do you know when your aim assist picks up on somebody? When the reticle slows down, that's when your aim assist picks up on somebody. Like I said, when you start to feel that reticle slow down, that's when you unload your clip and most of your shots should hit. So yeah, that's one really effective way for countering smoke bombs. Another thing is, if you have mark on damage 3, that'll synergize really well with the trick I just showed you. So let's move on to our next tip. Another relatively short tip, but I think a lot of people don't know this and it's pretty underutilized. Now, a lot of people don't know that you can actually shuffle cover in this game. I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time, but this can be helpful in very remote situations. And how do you know when you can do it? Once you have made it to the very edge of a cover and you hold your left stick up on it and your character does this peek over like this, this means you are able to hold circle and shuffle over to the other side of it. Like I said, this tip can be helpful in very remote situations, especially when you're getting swarmed or you just need that extra second to heal.
I'm down.
Holy shit.
But that's enough for tip number 2. Let's move on to 3 now. Now we're going to talk about how healing works in this game. And basically it's really simple, but Uncharted is a little different compared to all the other multiplayers. Usually in other multiplayers, you gain health over time. In Uncharted, no, you gain all your health at once. Whether you're at 90 health or 1 HP, you're going to get all your health back at once after 6 seconds. So yeah, I did some testing on health and, just seeing how long it takes to heal. And pretty much every time it was 6 or literally almost at 6. So, it's pretty consistent. So it's pretty safe to assume that it takes 6 seconds to heal no matter what health you are at. Let's move on to our next tip. Now we're going to talk about treasures, when do they spawn, and what's the cooldown on them. There are 4 treasures per map. One spawns at the beginning, another one spawns at 8, another one at 12, last one spawns at 16. Now, I'd be lying to you if I told you I knew the exact cooldown timer for treasures. And the cooldown timer seems to start after you've left a certain range away from the place you picked it up from. So when you pick up a treasure, leave the area as soon as possible so the cooldown timer starts. And it seems to have something associated with game progress as well. So, go leave the area, go get some kills, and the timer seems to be around 2.5 minutes, I would say. Maybe longer, could be shorter, but I think it really just depends on game progress and how it's going. So like I said, go get some kills.
It's kind of fun though. I'm not It is kind of fun, but I know how fucking broken this is.
So have you ever tried to run away from a situation and your character latches onto a ledge? Well, holding circle is going to prevent this problem from ever happening again. This is what happened when you tap circle, and this is what happens when you hold circle. That tip right there can be very helpful in some situations and even clutch in some. Like, I can think of a perfect example on Sunken Ruins when you're in the middle of the map and you need to jump in the middle part and get inside the water to escape. Just by holding circle, you're not going to latch onto neither one of the ledges, and you're going to go straight into the water. But with that being said, let's move on to our next tip.
Yo, this game sucks! Did you see that?
I saw it.
Spawns in this game happen in waves of 10 seconds. So what does that mean? You can do a lot with that information, honestly. You can kill teammates. I know I said teammates. I meant enemies. I've been sitting in front of this computer for hours trying to edit this video. I'm going to make mistakes. Leave a like on it, by the way. Please, please, please. I mean, please, bros, please. In a certain way to manipulate it so only 2 or 3 may spawn together. Or if you know you're not going to get res and all your teammates are dead, hold triangle to respawn with them to make the next wave. So that's the tip about spawns and how spawn waves work. That's pretty much how it is 99% of the times. It kind of varies from game mode. It depends on what's going on sometimes, but pretty much that's what it is 99% of the time. So I'm going to just make this one a double whammy. I'm going to just give you 2 quick tips. You know, one quick tip is using your third-person view to pre-peek around corners before your character has appeared, so you know what's going to be around. You know, when running and navigating around the map, you don't just want to just run around every corner. You want to let your camera do a lot of the work for you. And that's basically the quick tip there. Another tip is usually you never want to KO people by kicking them because it takes way too long. The recovery frames after actually kicking someone takes way too long. Just switch to your secondary. Trust me, it's going to be way better. And using down teammates as bait is not a bad thing either if you know the other team is not big on rezzing. You saw me just do it right in that last clip that Drake came in and I killed him.
So 2 quick tips about sidekicks. You can stop the savior revive simply by getting close. Do what you want with that information, shoot them down or whatever, right? And when someone has been caught by a hunter, you can insta-down them by walking up to them and pressing square.
Just hold. Consider yourself.
Now, the last tip is going to be pretty short, but it's something everybody should do. Change your repeated button press to hold. Trust me, don't argue this with me. Just do it. It's a hell of a lot better. You know, everybody should have this setting. But yeah, those are 10 tips and tricks to help you improve at Uncharted 4. I hope you learned something valuable in this video. If you did, leave a like, comment if it did help you out, and subscribe to the channel because I will be making more stuff like this. But without further ado, the last thing before I end this video is to show y'all my updated sensitivity settings. But yeah, like I said, that's enough for the video. 10 tips and tricks plus my settings again, because you know, things change. So I got to show y'all. I got to put y'all on to the best stuff. So anyway, like I said, that's the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all learned something valuable. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.